Mr. Duncan, you've worked, I know, a lot with parents and the parents to bring parents into the schools, and there was some talk about this that you don't want that mentioned that maybe sometimes parents are trying to get too involved in the schools. But how do you get parents involved in their children's education, really, and it's so important, you know, from probably before birth, so that the kids are ready for school, but also that they participate, and not to run the schools, but really to back up their kids, to help them as they move through the school system?
I think so often it's very easy to criticize parents and say they're not engaged enough, but that's part of the problem. And before I came to the board, I worked in the inner city community for a long time and saw that parents, despite whatever education or lack of education they had, they were extraordinarily interested in their children's education and wanted something better. And so before we blame parents, I think we need to really be self-critical and look in the mirror first. I'd say historically we've had a culture in which, frankly, parents weren't invited in. They were supposed to drop their children at the school door, you know, come pick them up at the end of the day, maybe come a couple times a year for report card pickups, but they were really kept outside. And what we're trying to do is dramatically change that culture. Going into this fall, we'll have 150 schools that are what we call community schools, that are open 12, 13, 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, with a wide variety of after-school programming, not just for children, but for older brothers and sisters and parents. GED classes, ESL classes, family literacy nights, family counseling, potluck dinners. We have schools now where you literally have 100 to 150 parents coming to school every day, not for their children's education, but for their own. And I'm just convinced that when families learn together and where schools truly become the heart and the center of a neighborhood, a community anchor, they're just tremendous dividends for children. And so I really think that we have to collectively continue to challenge a culture that kept parents out, and really think about how do we invite them, how do we open the doors, you know, computer classes and many things that we can and should do that parents want to have access to, and we should co-locate all those services in our schools. I always say our schools are these great community assets. We have 600 schools, every neighborhood of Chicago. Everyone has classrooms, they all have computer labs, they all have libraries, they all have gyms, many have swimming pools. Those don't belong to me, they don't belong to the engineers union, they belong to the community. We've opened 25 health clinics in schools. And so the more we open our doors, the more we create a mindset in which parents are welcome and needed, I think we can reach the vast majority of parents. Maybe some hardcore we can't, but we can get a heck of a lot more than we're getting today.
Thank you.